Meh. Hi, I'm Brian Madison with DeerHunterFan.com TV. Today is November 17th, and we're going to be looking back over the last few weeks archery hunting in New York. Hunting was pretty good the last few weeks of archery season here. Gun season opens tomorrow on the 18th, and by the time this airs, it'll have been open for a little while. So we're going to jump in with footage of bow hunting in New York with JJ and myself. And if you follow on Instagram or Facebook, you know that there's going to be a pretty good buck in this one.
Well, hunting here in New York is November 2nd. A little warm out today, about 58, 60 degrees this afternoon, but it's not a little windy. It's not horrible though right now. The wind's blowing in the right direction. We're hunting over the food plot again. Hopefully we get that big buck. He hasn't laid eyes on him since I was sitting across the field and seen him. But he's got to make an appearance sometimes getting that time of the year. We can only hope it's tonight. Like I said, it's a little windy. It's not perfect conditions, but if we only hunted when it's perfect out, we'd only get out a few times each year. So we're going to make the best of what we got and hopefully see some deer. Well, it's November 10th. Hunting here in Gary, New York. Rut's starting to kick in pretty good. We've been seeing bucks every night for the last 3 nights. Well, we're back in New York. I had a real slow hunt in Kansas, but feels good to be in a tree here. And man, I seen a good buck this morning. 45 yards, me and him had a stare down. I don't know what I did. I rattled at another buck. I'm pretty sure he come in looking for what was fighting in here. Because once he hit that edge of cover, he just stared in here and stared in here and stared in here. Then I think he seen me move a little bit. And that was all it wrote, man. He he went right back in where he came from.
So about 40 minutes before I saw this buck, a doe went up through the apples right where he was, got to the top of the apple orchard, and cut east across cornfield and never came to me. So I saw this buck over there walking the same route she was, sniffing around. So I grounded this buck a few times, trying to maybe get him to come over and work that scrape and come my way so I'd get a shot at him. I don't know if it worked or not. Right after I grunted, he started walking to the top of that orchard and went to cut across the field past me. Meh. Meh. How did I do that? Oh no, I gotta pray I had enough penetration. I can't believe that happened. That's the opportunity that I've been waiting for out of this stand for 2 years. There's a lot of arrows sticking out of him, man. I can't believe it. Just have to pray that it got in there, but man, I don't know. I don't know how it went forward like that. Oh man. Sorry for the kind of crappy footage, but my tree arm is frozen. I was trying to get it up and moved over, and the fluid head isn't so fluid when it's ice. I knew that this shot was not ideal. After watching the replay, you know, you could see that the arrow did get in there pretty decent, but still in the shoulder blade, and the buck was able to duck quite a bit. Surprising on a 30-yard shot, but these animals are, I mean, they're crazy at what they're capable of doing and what they're capable of going through. Watch the video, and it's a little more promising than it looked originally. It looks like there's good penetration actually on this shot. When I say good, like maybe a third of an arrow. He ducked on the shot, and that kind of explains why I was so surprised that I hit him there. When you watch the video, he did duck. He had time to start ducking and turn away from me, and that's what made me hit him in the shoulder. I'm still pretty sure that I actually did hit him in the shoulder blade, and not that that arrow went through and hit the far shoulder blade. I'm still pretty positive that I hit the near shoulder blade. I shot him at, I'm gonna guess 8:15. I'm waiting till noon. Ben's coming over at noon, and we're gonna go track him. When I got down out of the tree, there were 2 more bucks crossing that hill. One was a little 8-point, one was another shooter. I don't know. It might have been the 10-point that I got pictures of, or a different buck. But they were moving this morning. He came through right after that doe did, probably about a half hour after she did, and did exactly what I want a buck to do out of that stand. When they come from that direction and do that in that stand, I'm completely hidden from those deer and can draw while I can see their legs going through the apple trees. I mean, that's what the stand's designed to do. It's designed to kill a buck with a buck doing exactly what he did. This buck, got the first trail cam pictures of him last week. He was around all last week when we were in Kansas. Daytime, nighttime, all around the clock. And he was there this morning. So, keeping my fingers crossed. I mean, everyone knows how tricky a shoulder shot can be. But, man, I'm just hoping my arrow got in there. I'm praying. It's going to be a long 3 hours wait to go look for him. So, gave him some time. We went out there, and where he ran, it was down over a bank, down in towards a creek. So, instead of just blood trailing him, we decided to just walk the top of the bank, looking down in that bottom. Because now with all the leaves off, you can see down in there really well. And that was the route we took, instead of just following right on his blood trail and walking down the bank. I looked down there and I saw him laying there. Here he is. What an incredible buck. As I said, this deer showed up on trail cam last week. Hadn't seen him any time before that, and he was hanging around that hedgerow stand. I had a daytime picture of him, so I knew I had to be in that stand. And heading in there this morning, I honestly really wasn't expecting an opportunity like this. And then when it happened, and not with the ideal shot, I didn't quite know how to take it. But I must have got in deep enough that I got one lung. He ran down in that bottom and expired. What a great deer. I mean, this is the biggest deer I've ever shot in New York. Great buck, and I'm extremely happy and feel so lucky to have taken two bucks with my bow in just over a week. I don't know what to say. Just a up and down roller coaster ride, and this one has a happy ending. When it comes to deer hunting, you never quit learning. And I know that's true for me. I would assume it's true for everybody. Every season you learn something new, something more, and hopefully it makes you a better hunter. And I think with this bow season, I'm walking away with, you better make darn sure you're shot. Because I made 2 shots this bow season that I'm not proud of at all, and one of them was on this buck. You know, I did not feel good about how I hit that deer. I didn't feel good about the deer in Kansas. The one in the middle was great, but those 2 shots I'm not proud of at all. You know, I'm not out there to make shots like that. That's not what we're trying to do at all. I got lucky with this one. That arrow got in there far enough, and you saw the hole in his shoulder, man. That Rage chisel tip really cut him open and got in there. Got one lung. And once the arrow did come out of him, and once that happened, there was a lot of blood. But as I said, going away from this archery season, I think I'm going to be aiming a little further back on the next deer that I shoot at with a bow, especially with the cut diameter of those Rage. There's no reason to even get up close to that shoulder. And I know if he didn't duck, my arrow was going right through his heart, which would have been awesome. But by him turning and ducking to run away, it went right into his shoulder instead, and that was not awesome. And that's what I'm going to take away from it. But at the same time, I'm taking away from it the biggest buck I've ever shot in New York, and extremely humbled to have gotten a chance at a buck like that. Biggest buck I've ever shot at in New York, and I got him. So, big old 7-point. And with that buck, the coolest thing about it all is that he just showed up on our farm the week prior. Nothing before then. He showed up on our farm, was hanging around that stand, sometimes 2 pictures a day of him at that stand. So I decided I was going to hunt there the rest of the bow season and the rest of the gun season, hoping that he came by in daylight. And just so happens the second set there he came by. So that stand has finally paid off. If you remember last season when I said it, that was my stand I wanted to try to kill Big Daddy and Splitsy out of. Something about that stand, when the big bucks start cruising, they go there. They go there. So it's a good spot, and I've always felt that big bucks travel the same routes. They think the same. So I'm Brian Masson with DeerHunterFan.com TV. I'll see you next time.
DeerHunterFan.com TV is sponsored by Schreier Outfitters, Muddy Outdoors, Outback Archery, Ridge Runners Guide Service, Scent Blocker, Sinclairville Seed Company, Spy Point,